हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, कैसे हैं आप लोग। आज हम शुरू करने जा रहे हैं 10th हिस्ट्री चैप्टर 5 प्रिंट कल्चर एंड मॉडर्न वर्ल्ड के कुछ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस। इसमें 1 मार्कर भी हैं, 2 मार्कर्स भी हैं और बड़े क्वेश्चंस भी हैं। और मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि आपको ये कंटेंट काफ़ी अच्छा लगेगा और इससे आपके पूरे चैप्टर की रिवीजन एक बारी हो जाएगी। तो चलिए बिना देरी किए हुए स्टार्ट करते हैं कुछ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम प्रिंट कल्चर एंड मॉडर्न वर्ल्ड। लेट्स स्टार्ट। Question number 1 is, name the Chinese traditional book which was folded and stitched at the side. Answer to question number 1 is, the Chinese traditional book which was folded and stitched at the side was known as accordion book. Question 2 says, in what 3 ways did the printed books at first closely resemble the written manuscript? Answer to question number 2 is, the printed books closely resembled the written manuscripts in the following ways. First is, both printed books and manuscripts looked similar because metal letters imitated the ornamental handwritten style. The second point is, like written manuscript, the borders of printed books were also illuminated by hand with foliage and patterns were painted. And the third point is, both in written manuscripts and printed books, space for decoration was kept blank so that the buyer could choose their designs. Question number 3 is, describe the main features of the manuscripts. Answer to question number 3 is, handwritten are typed. Manuscripts are documents produced by hand or typewritten, predating the printing press era. Second point is, unique authorship. Each manuscript reflects the individual style and authorship of its creator. Third point is, diverse content. Manuscripts cover various subjects including literature, religious texts, and scientific knowledge. Point number 4 is artistic elements. They often feature intricate calligraphy, illuminations, and marginalia, showcasing artistic craftsmanship. Point number 5 is historical significance. Manuscripts provide valuable insights into the historical period, preserving culture, intellectual, and artistic heritage. Question number 4 says, how did the knowledge of woodblock printing come to Europe? Explain. Answer to question number 4 is, the knowledge of woodblock printing came to Europe in the following ways. First point is, paper reached Europe in the 11th century from China through Silk Route. This made possible the production of manuscripts. Second point is, China already possessed the technology of woodblock printing. So traveler like Marco Polo brought this knowledge to Italy. Third point is, now Italians began to produce books with this technology. And the fourth point is, this increased the demand of books. And the last point is, soon it spread to other parts of Europe. Question number 5 is, describe woodblock printing. Answer to question number 5 is, woodblock printing was a popular form of printing before the printing press was invented. Point number 1 is, books were printed in China as early as 594 AD. by rubbing paper against the inked surface of the woodblock. Point number 2 is, Marco Polo brought this art to Europe, where it became very popular. The third point is, by the 15th century, woodblock printing was being used extensively in making textile cards, etc. Question number 6 is, what was Protestant Reformation? Answer to question number 6 is, Protestant Reformation was a movement dedicated to reform the Roman Catholic Church in the 16th century. Martin Luther was its chief preacher. The second point is, he wrote 95 theses criticizing many of the practices and rituals of the Roman Catholic Church in 1517, in which he challenged the church to debate his ideas. The third point is, this led to division of church and beginning of the Protestant Reformation. Question number 7 is, what were the limitations of written manuscripts in India? Explain. Answer to question number 7 is, the following were the limitations of written manuscripts in India. Point number 1 is, manuscripts were very expensive and fragile. They had to be treated carefully and they were difficult to read as the script was written in different styles. And the third point is, students only learned to write. Teachers read out part of text from memory and students wrote them down on paper. Students thus became literate without even actually reading any kind of text. Question number 8 is, examine the role of missionaries in the growth of press in India. Answer to question number 8 is, the following points sum up the role of missionaries in the growth of press in India. The first point is the printing press first came to Goa with Portuguese missionaries in the mid-16th century. Jesuit priests learned Konkani and printed several tracts. Second point is by 1674 about 50 books had been printed in the Konkani and in Kannada languages. Catholic priests printed the first Tamil book in 1579 at Cochin, and in 1713 the first Malayalam book was printed by them. Third point is by 1710 Dutch Protestant missionaries had printed 32 Tamil texts. Many of them were translated from older work. Question number 9 is explain the effects of print culture in the religious sphere in early modern Europe. Answer to question number 9 is the first point is widespread access. The printing press made religious texts like the Bible available to more people. Point number 2 is Reformation influence. Print fueled the Protestant Reformation as reformers used pamphlets to spread their ideas, leading to the rise of Protestants. Point number 3 is debates and arguments. Printed materials facilitated religious debates with theologians exchanging ideas through books and pamphlets. And the point number 4 is individual interpretation. Access to printed religious texts encouraged personal interpretation, impacting how individuals understood and practiced their faith. Question number 10 is explain any 5 reasons for bringing in large number of new readers among children, women and workers during the late 19th century. Answer to question number 10 is the 5 reasons are: the first one is compulsory primary education. Second is women became important as readers. The third point is lending libraries became instrumental for educating white collar workers, artisans and lower middle class people. Fourth point is self-educated working novelists were women who defined a new type of strong woman. And the fifth point is authors like Lewis Carroll popularized engaging children's literature, attracting young readers. Question number 11 is how did the printers manage to attract the people largely illiterate towards the printed books? Answer to question number 11 is the rate of literacy was very low in European countries till the 20th century. And the first point is to attract the illiterate common people towards printed book. Publisher realized the wider reach of the printed book, whereby even those who could not read could certainly enjoy listening to books being read out. Second point is so printers began publishing popular ballads and folk tales. Such books would be profusely illustrated with pictures. And the third point is these were also sung and recited at gatherings in villages and in taverns in towns. Question number 12 is describe any 5 strategies developed by the printers and publishers in the 19th century to sell their products. Answer to question number 12 is printers and publishers continuously develop new strategies to sell their product. Serialization of important novels in 19th century periodicals. This gave birth to a particular way of writing. In the 1920s, in England, popular works were sold in cheap series called the Shilling series. The next is publisher feared a decline in book purchases during the Great Depression in 1930s. They brought out cheap paperback editions of novels to sustain buying. And the other points are printers published new books. In the 20th century, the dust cover or the book jacket was also introduced. Question number 13 is how the traditional Chinese accordion book was folded and stitched. Answer to question number 13 is as both sides of the thin porous sheet could not be printed, the traditional Chinese accordion book was folded and stitched at the side. Question number 14 is by whom the textbook for civil service examination were printed in China. Answer to question number 14 is textbooks for civil service examinations were printed under the sponsorship of the imperial state. Question number 15 is when and how were the Western printing techniques and mechanical presses imported in China? Answer to question number 15 is Western printing techniques and mechanical presses were imported in the late 19th century as Western powers established their outposts in China. Question number 16 is state an important characteristic of old Japanese book Diamond Sutra. Answer to question number 16 is Diamond Sutra was printed in 868 CE with woodblock printing containing Buddhist scripture of Tang dynasty with Chinese influence. Question number 17 is for what Kitagawa Utamaro is known for. Answer to question number 17 is Kitagawa Otamaro is known for his ukiyo wood block prints, particularly for his portraits of beautiful women during the Edo period in Japan. Question number 18 is who brought the knowledge of woodblock printing to Europe, Italy? Answer to question number 18 is Marco Polo, a Venetian explorer who traveled to China in the 13th century. He brought woodblock printing technology with him in 1295. Question number 19 is what is vellum? Answer to question number 19 is vellum is a high quality type of parchment which is a writing material made from the skin of animals, typically cows or lambs. Question number 20 is what is platen? Answer to question number 20 is a platen is a flat, typically metal surface used in printing presses. It is an essential part of the printing process as it presses against paper or other printing substances to transfer ink from the printing plate or type to create the printing impression. In various printing machines such as letterpress or typewriters, the platen is responsible for holding the paper in place and ensuring even pressure for accurate and consistent printing. Question number 21 is why did the new technology of printing not entirely displace the existing art of producing books by hand? Explained. Answer to question number 21 is the books printed for rich carried a space for decoration which was kept blank for purchaser to choose a design of his choice. Artistic value, religious significance and slow technology adoption in some regions maintained the coexistence of handwritten and printed books during the transition. Question 22 is who is compositor? Answer to question number 22 is a compositor is an individual who arranges and sets type for printing, assembling text and images to create a page layout in the printing industry. Question number 23 is what is a ballad? Answer to question number 23 is a ballad is a narrative poem or song, often of folk origin, that tells a story in a simple and rhythmic manner, typically focusing on a dramatic or emotional theme. Question number 24 is what was written by Martin Luther in 1517? Answer to question number 24 is in 1517 Martin Luther wrote the 95 Theses, a document criticizing certain practices of the Roman Catholic Church, particularly the sales of indulgence and challenging the authority of the Pope. This act is considered a significant catalyst for the Protestant Reformation. Question number 25 is what is Inquisition? Answer to question number 25 is the Inquisition was a series of Catholic Church institutions and procedures designed to combat heresy through investigations, trials, and often harsh punishment seeking religious conformity. Thanks for watching, and if you have liked this video, please like, share, subscribe and comment. Thanks a lot. God bless you.